Have you ever argued with yourself like, if I finish this task, I'll treat myself to pizza, otherwise it's instant noodles? That, my friends, is how basically conditional statements in JavaScript work. They let your code make decisions just like you do every single day. Hey friends, welcome back to Elite Tech Club, your chill place to learn JavaScript step by step. Quick heads up, if you haven't already, go check out my earlier videos on Truthy and Falsy values, logical operators, and comparison operators. Those are the building blocks and they'll make this lesson click instantly. Links are in the description. Before we dive in, let's quickly solve the challenge I left you in the logical operators video. In order to solve this challenge, we need to know the precedence order of logical operators. The NOT operator has the highest precedence, then the AND operator, and finally the OR operator, which has the lowest precedence. So here we need to handle the NOT operator first, so NOT false becomes true, then we have true, or false, and true. So here we have to handle the NOT operator, so false and true becomes false. And finally, we have true or false, which becomes true. So the result will be true. All right, let's talk about conditional statements. They're like crossroads for your code. If a condition is true, your code takes one path. If it's false, your code takes another path, or maybe it does nothing at all. The most common way to write conditions in JavaScript is with the if statement. Okay, first example, you know that in many countries, individuals are allowed to vote if they are 18 years old or older than that. So here, let's declare a variable, age is, for now, let's set it to 24, and then our if statement, if age is greater than or equal to 18, then we log in the console that you are allowed to vote. I'll save the file and run our app here. I'll right click and then click on inspect and go to the console tab. Here you see that this text will be logged in the console. And if I change the value, so I set age to 16 and then I save the file, you see that nothing will be logged there in the console because the condition now is false and therefore this code won't run. What if the condition isn't met? That's where else comes in. So here we add else. And this code runs if condition is false. Here, I'll add else block console.log. Sorry, you're too young. Don't forget the semicolon, and here I'll save the file, and here you see that this text is printed. So if the condition is true, if block will execute. If it's false, else block will execute. Sometimes you've got more than two choices. That's when you use else if. Here I'll remove this code and declare a variable, let score equals 50. And here we want to print a grade A if score is greater than or equal to 90. And we want to print a grade B if score is greater than or equal to 80. And if it's less than 80, we print grade C or below, something like that. So if score is greater than or equal to 90, we log grade A. We can also print the score before that. And then with a space grade A. Else, if, so this is our second condition, if score is greater than or equal to 80, then console.log score and then grade B. Else, console.log score and then grade C or below. Okay, then let's save it. Here you see that the score is 50 and the last else block gets executed. So 50 and then grade C or below. Now, if I change the score to 85, for example, and then save it, you see that this block gets executed because it's not greater than or equal to 19, but it's greater than 80. And if I change the score to 92 and then save the file, see that this block gets executed because now the score is greater than 90 and we have grade A printed in the console. Normally, we think of an if statement checking true or false. But in JavaScript, the condition doesn't have to be literally true or false. Any value that is considered truthy will also make the if block run. And if the value is falsy, like 0, the block won't run. So the condition can be any expression. If it evaluates to truthy, the if block runs. If it evaluates to falsy, the else block runs. Now let's see how we can use truthy and falsy values when we're working with conditions. I'll comment out these lines and okay, here let's declare a variable username, which is Marcus, and we want to check if the username is empty. So if it's equal to empty string, then we want to print please enter the username. And I'll save the file. Here you see that nothing is printed because this username is not empty. Therefore, this condition is false and the code doesn't execute. But if I change this username to empty string, this condition is now true and you see that the text is now logged in the console. But you know that empty string is a falsy value. So I can simplify this condition and just add a not operator behind the username. And then if I save it, I still get the same result. Why? Because empty string is a falsy value, and then if we put the not operator behind that, it turns into true if it's empty, and then we get this text in the console. Normally, we check one condition inside an if statement, but we can also combine conditions with logical operators. Here, both conditions must be true for the if block to run. With or, only one of the conditions needs to be true. And with not, the condition is flipped. Here is our last example. Now we want to also use logical operators to make our conditions more meaningful. So I'll comment out these lines and let's declare a variable has battery, which is false for now, and has Wi-Fi, is true. Imagine that you want to watch a YouTube video and you can only do that if your phone has access to Wi-Fi and also has battery. So here you can write an if statement, if has battery and has Wi-Fi, both are true, then wait, you can watch the video. Otherwise, console.log. Sorry, you cannot. The video now. Okay, here let's save the file, and you see that we get sorry, you cannot watch the video now. Why? Because has battery is false. If I change it to true and then save the file, you see that this code inside of our if block gets executed. Great, you can watch the video. Now you're able to make decisions in your code. This is where all those truthy and falsy values, logical operators, and comparison operators come into play. Now that you know the tools, you're ready to make JavaScript actually respond to real-world situations. Here is your challenge for today. Write a condition that checks a variable called temperature. If it's 30 or higher, log it's hot outside. If it's between 20 and 29, log nice weather. Otherwise, log it's chilly. So that's the magic of conditional statements in JavaScript. In the next video, we are going to push this further and learn how to write cleaner if-else statements using the ternary operator. If this video helped you, hit that like button, it really supports the channel. And don't forget to subscribe to Elite Tech Club so you don't miss what's next. Until then, keep coding, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.